What's up, dudes? FooserX here for FooserX Reacts, and I had another super cool comment from somebody. I think they might have been Malaysia, or they used to be in there, and they're still there. But he was talking about showing some of my shit to some other new players, and they have fun all watching them together. So, man, that's just awesome to hear. Like, I love hearing stories about just people out there pursuing foosball greatness. Um, just awesome. So I thought I would go back to kind of what I did when I started this channel, and that was we'll try to learn a lot. And we learn a lot when we watch a bunch of amateur shit. And we all been there. And there's nothing better than amateur shit where we could just brush up on refining our game. And we do this for a couple reasons. We do this, one, because we want to tighten up our offensive game. We want to see what we should be doing, all the wasted motions, the wasted mechanics, how to maximize our time. But we also do this, we nitpick people and we do this reaction channel because there's that defensive element that you guys don't know. I only got to know this like once I was like a medium expert, and that's when I really started winning when Gary Edgeworth kind of clued me in. He's a God, he was used to be a super sick pro master. Now he's just a cool dude, but he clued me in on the mental side of defense in terms of locking your opponent down. And that's just an underrated part of the game. And I hope that people are picking up on this shit when I'm reacting to it because possessions, I mean, this game comes down to one or two possessions a game. And if you're able to get on somebody's 5 row or start to identify a tell or a tendency or they're giving away something, that's a possession or two that goes in your favor. And even if you're not blocking them, maybe you're just getting a piece of their 5 row, like just enough deflecting it. And that's a possession for you. That's a win. Like that, all that little shit adds up. So, or even if maybe they're on the 5 row and you're keying off on something and or you're getting in their head, maybe it starts making them do something that they're not comfortable with, and then it gets in their head. And not only do you get a deflection or a slot, but now you got them second guessing themselves, and that shit really adds up in the long run. So, but when we're pointing out this shit here, when we're pointing out all these little mistakes or ways to tighten up our game, you really need to be looking at this from the other side because when you're playing as a defender, as a forward or a goalie, you got to be paying attention to this shit. So when it's happening, you could say, "Oh man, I know what you're going to do now," because you understand the limitations that certain shots and certain movements on the table have. Therefore, you don't need to block the whole goal, the whole table. So that's what we're really looking at here. We're looking at offensively, but also we're looking at what to key off on when you're playing these types of people. So I typed in amateur doubles. I scrolled down a little bit and got to the first one that I had not reacted to. It looks like I don't even think this is a final or Carly and Marcel versus Kenny and Jason. So I don't know what kind of quality we're going to get here, but let's see how it goes. It's too bad we don't got. Oops. Already we got good shit. And it's too bad we don't got Mr. Stevens commentating, but that's all right. I'm going to turn it low. God, man, he passed it really fast. I didn't even get a chance to make my settings the right way. So he sets it up, drags it down 3 times, and goes. What do we think about that, dudes? I want to say I kind of like it. We'll see if he keeps that discipline up. And we see a lot of good discipline from people in Vancouver. Whoever's putting out that channel, there's always some great players there, and maybe they're not the strongest players in terms of execution, but it looks like their techniques are really promising. So drags it back and forth a couple times. She sits on the wall. He reads that lane, and let's check this out again. She sits on the wall like that. He's testing her out. He's like, oh, let me drag this down a couple times. That's what I'm supposed to do, right, FooserX? Kinda. And then he sees that opening, and then he goes. Watch it. Oh, it's there. You're gonna give me that? Oh, I'll go. Well, the problem is you still only took like 2 seconds. Did you really think she was just gonna sit there on the wall the whole time? No, man. She was kind of baiting you, and you fell for it. So this is why we want to maximize the 10 seconds. Because next time you don't need to even toss it 2 or 3 times. You just take it on the first opening. But to start off a game, nah, dudes. We want to max out that clock those first few possessions so we really get an understanding of what that person, what our defender is doing. And if you're Carly over here, I'm just assuming that's Carly, you are also getting a read on like, hey, he doesn't take his time. So that's going to give Carly an edge because now I know that he's probably going to pass within 2 to 4 seconds. So now I can start to bait him for that. But he still gets it. We will check out what he shoots. Check out this defense. He's definitely already, we know. We'll rewind this a couple times too, because we're already getting some good shit. We know when somebody's setting it up and they're favoring one side, that means they probably got a really good push side. If he's favoring the other side, he's probably gonna really blow up that pull side. So we'll see where he goes. But the fact that he is favoring this ball, I would not be surprised if he starts tossing out some pushes, but we will see. Looked like he tried to go middle. So again, let's check out this from the defender's point of view. If we're a shooter, what are we looking at here? Well, are we going to read the defense, dudes? Please, I hope everybody watching my fucking channel right now has taken the 3-bar quiz. Are we trying to read the defense and score? And I know there's new people to my channel that's like, yeah, no fucking shit, FooserX. That's what we're trying to do. Nope, you would have failed my 3-bar quiz video. The first thing we do is we identify what is happening here. So what is this guy doing? Well, we'll rewind it a couple times, and it's easy to sit up here. So he's doing that quick crossover. God, who do we see that? He's going into a crossover, but he doesn't stay in the crossover. He immediately comes back to the standard. Watch again. Switch, comes back. Switch, come back. That's like 3 times in a row. So let's watch it again. Switch, come back. Switch, come back. Switch, come back. So what are we doing as a shooter here? And don't beat yourselves up, dudes, because this takes a lot of dedication to a 3-bar to understand how to dial in on this type of defense right away. Well, we know most likely after we have identified what's happening here, we get that fast crossover. What's the next step? Okay, what's he giving up on the crossover or before the crossover? Well, when he's in the standard, he has given up this super huge push side. You can go right around that because he's not anywhere close to blocking the long push. Watch. I mean, you just pause this video. I mean, it's still there. That's about as deep as it looks like he gets. You could still go around that. But yeah, man, this push side's huge. But again, what do we want to look at after the crossover? Well, that wasn't the norm. He did bring over this guy, but then he went away from that. Wait, hold on. Let's go back. I think that's probably what tripped him up too. Again, let's look at this defense. We are looking for what is happening after the crossover. Well, we know he's not staying in the crossover or that reverse for very long. He's not camping out there. So you go right around this dude. He's giving up. So when he's in the standard and he's in for the majority of the time, you blast the push. When he crosses over, you could just fucking rip off a nasty long pull because he's not staying on there. And he's doing that every time he crosses over. Watch. Well, it is not deep at all, and then he instantly comes back. I mean, and then he kind of goes with this guy. He gets out there, and then he goes over that crossover D right there, and he's basically stacking his dudes there. Like you would rip off anytime he goes in the crossover, just rip that long pull. But he is reading like a middle right in here, and that's not a bad read. And he goes there. He's for sure doing a short pull side. But you got to have, again, you can't shoot. You have to have a short pull side. This is not a middle that he's giving up. He is giving up the short middle, and that's a different stroke. I would be surprised if a rookie had that because it takes a lot of work to develop all three holes plus that extra fourth hole to go short. So he doesn't have it. We got to first look at Miss Karli. Let's see what she's got on the 5-row. Oh, again, she's not going to take her time either, and we see this a lot. Not just with chicks, but rookies and beginners. And he did the same thing. It's like, hey, you might have a good 5-row in terms of if my man was up and you were doing 5-bar drills, you might technically be able to execute it, but you got to read the defense. And especially if you're doing a brush series, that's the whole power of the brush is that you are reading the defense and passing. But if you're just bringing it over there and going, which she did, and it went right into the dude, what do we call that? Come on, man, raise your hands. Hit and hope. Is a hit and hope 5-row. They're just hoping it's going through. Check out this goalie work. Little fake. Right off the bat, what do we notice? we noticed because he was holding his handlebar. He's smacking at it open hand. So instantly, these are huge tells. These are huge advantages for both teams right now. We know that this person over here, they got a hit and hope 5-row, so we can talk him into shit early on in the count. This guy is still passing within about 2 seconds, so we can talk him into shit around 2 seconds. We know he was kind of giving away his roller for a little bit. It looked like he favored the push side, but we still don't know enough. But we don't have to. We're not trying to get 100% perfect read on people. This is like a puzzle that we are putting together every time they get the ball on one of their rods. We're kind of filling in the gaps. We are getting a read on that person. And then the more we see the ball on that rod, the more we get a good picture of what's happening. So we see this dude back there. He's shooting open-handed pushes, open hand shot. So what do we know? Just in general, somebody shoots an open hand. They do not have really great sprays because the mechanics of the shot, you kind of just, you're hitting it faster. So it's got this like vertical, you're not getting that spray action. And when you don't have to get that spray action, and when you don't have to worry about that spray action, you lock up your dudes kind of like this little triangle here. And you don't move your men. You just, hey man, can you beat it? Can you come all the way out here with your open hand? Because I guarantee you, most players who shoot open hand, they cannot. They've got a limited range of motion. They can't spray it. And you just leave your zone still. And we'll check it out. We'll see how this guy fares. But already we know. And then we know maybe they got like a bank or something. But for the most part, they're kind of doing tic-tacs. And because they don't have a spray, because they don't have the spray, they usually shoot it in the middle of the table, right in here. They shoot it between the stripes. Huge advantage for us, right guys? If we know probably when it's coming, because we could see him gearing up, and we know where it's going, we know that he's probably going to release that ball right in here for the most part. Huge advantage, huge. Oh. And that guy's hitting and hoping too. I don't even know the point. If you're going to do a pull kick, you don't do a pull. The whole point of having a pull kick, a deep pull kick, is to be a zone buster. Like, go watch Zeke Cervantes, Brandon Moreland. When they do their pull kick, they are releasing it from this stripe way over here. You can put this guy on the wall. It's still going to go around it, and it cuts back right in here, and it's fucking nasty. That's why you do a pull kick. You're doing pull kick to go on middle dot, then you just need to have Big Daddy because it's way faster, and you can control it. And you can read the defense on there. So he turns it over right to Karli, and again, right off the bat, same thing as him. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking to see if that rollover shooter is giving anything away. And we know they're giving something away because they're fucking amateurs. Because they are amateurs, they are like 99% gonna give shit away. I would venture to guess she's gonna go push side just by looking at the way she's rocking. Yep, and she doesn't even take her time. So what do we know? Well, we know she gives away her shot. We know that's probably her favorite side because she is a rookie, and not her, I mean just anybody. We know that they have not developed the discipline. They have not developed the mental chess to shoot your weakest side first, which is what I talk about sometimes. And people are probably thinking like, why would you ever shoot your weakest side? Because when you shoot your best side, you're telling that other player, hey man, I'm going to keep going there 9 times out of 10, or maybe 70%, 60%. You're giving away where you want to go. But if you start off with your bad side, and really it shouldn't be your bad side, it should just be your slightly less explosive side. You start off with your bad side a couple times, man, that whole goal is going to be free for ass rapings for the rest of the match. But, some people just want to get that point in. That's what rookie mentality is. They just want to score it. She doesn't have the discipline on the 5-row, so that's what we would expect on the 3-row. It is. Because you don't. Sorry, my cat's clawing up the screen door over there. You can't just switch gears. You can't have like a really, really fast 5-row and then get it to the 3-row and be really patient, or vice versa. It doesn't work that way. Like your brain is just hardwired to go fast all the time. And this is why I say when you're practicing your 5-row, you got to take your time, man. You got to take 10 seconds. On the 3-row, you got to take 15 seconds. So you ingrain that mental memory of waiting. So we know that as this goalie back here, Mr. Kenny or Jason, we know, hey man, she is going to shoot push side a lot, and she is not going to wait on it. Huge advantage. Because when she's setting it up, we just show her what she wants to shoot, and then we take it away. And it looks like maybe he did that. So already they have an insane amount of tells, everybody right here. And this is why, like, let's say, I'll talk a lot. Like, we're here just fucking shooting the shit. I'm in Maui. I sold my table months ago. Skill-wise, it would not be pretty if I were to get on this table. But 1,000%, I would lay $1,000 on the line that I would beat all 4 of these players like 10 times out of 10. Not because I execute better or because I'm a better player, but just because I understand their tells and their giveaways and their tendencies. And that's how you beat people, especially people that are expert and below. Fantastic. I actually really like what I'm seeing from this dude's 5-row. He's dragging it back and forth. There's so many options that you could do with that. Look, last time he drug it back 3 times. This time he instantly goes into a really fast wall pass. I still want to see him take his time. Look, instead of going back and forth, he takes the wall the first read. It's huge. It's fast. It looks great. Yeah, man, I love this series. I like what I'm seeing from this guy. I wish he would take his time more, but Brandon Moreland used to have that series when I was watching him when he was coming up through rookie, expert, and pro. He had that exact series, and he would just go lane, wall, off the wall. Like those 3 passes, and he would just dominate because he would just be so patient, and he would just work people. Check out this dude's 3-row. Yeah, I mean, he's got a long rock to it. Boom. Yep, he's got a nasty push. He was kind of like rocking over here, but before he shot, he kind of moved over this side a little bit. And he is reading. Boom. And he's already, we could tell this guy has a really good 3-bar for whatever rank he is, because he is already reading that pattern. He waited for the crossover and he waited for him to come back, and then he went push side, just like we talked about on the first possession. So excellent 5-row. I don't like that he's not taking his time, but excellent 3-row. He is reading it, and his roller looks good. We got one pass, and then she goes into a fast up. So I like it. Last time she didn't take her time. This time she does one pass, and then she hits a very good up. I've not seen a lot of girls with ups that crispy. But again, that you want to make sure that they could still go down, that they're going to work the clock, they're going to work the holes, because right now it just looks like she passes it and loves that up. What do we see? We'll pause it again, man. Do this shit all night long. She is giving away her push side, and I don't know, man. We'll see, but he's definitely showing her that push side too. And then he takes it away. He's like, well, 1 second, go, just like the first one. So that's exactly how you block somebody like that. You show them that for the first second, and you take it away. You're showing them what they want to shoot. They can't help themselves. Taking his time a little bit more, tried to do off the wall. It might have been there, but the execution wasn't great. But again, too, like these are he's had the ball 3 times. 2 times he's done options. The first one was the 2 of the 2. The second one was this off the wall. No, man. We talk about this in the 5 bar philosophy, and I always like pimp my own shit because for new players that come across my channel, you can't just start throwing out options. You can't just throw out off the wall. You can't just throw out the 2 of the 2. You have to understand how things are working, and you've not played this person enough to establish, hey, when I go to the wall, she's going to dive to the wall. Still, I mean, it could have been there, but that's why I just want to take our time a little bit more. Boom, there you go. I mean, it's still, like, he's definitely not taking his time, but he's got all of his passes look the same. So good shit, man, because if you can start taking your time and your passes all look the same, like that's the makings of a really great 5 row. Boom. Same thing. He is sort of showing the push side, and he has absolutely got a read on this, what this guy is giving him. He is when he sees that standard, right? That standard, that push side is fucking huge. Boom. Step it up, Karli. Oh, oh man, great steal. And that's too, like that's just not the power of the brush. I mean, she's got a good release point where when she passes it, she's got a nice high up. It looked like she had the down, but that's not the power of the brush, is it? That just means it's 50-50, and that dude's in your head, or you have a tendency, you're going to get shut down. You're not going to have good percentages. The power of the brush is slow toss, coming off the wall, being able to pass it whenever you see it. It's not passing and going, which is what Karli's doing. So nothing bad. I wish I remembered some of the names of the amateurs that we reacted to that had really great 5 rows. I know there was one from Texas, and then the one that he made it to the finals. I can't remember his name, but they both had tremendous, very patient brushing series, and that's what we want. Boom. God, he's quick, man. Yeah, he is reading it. This is the same hole I guess two times in a row, or no, 3 times, because he got blocked the first one and he scored 3 push sides in a row. This now's the point where this guy has to say, like, okay, man, I have seen you go right around it for push side. I have to make you go somewhere else. But again, his pattern isn't changing. He's doing the same tempo, the same movements, the same pattern. This is all extremely easy as a rollover shooter, especially somebody who has a really good rollover. They are licking their chops because you're not changing jack shit. Even when you do bring in this other guy, you still have the same tempo, the same movement. You are still flashing these big holes very frequently. Yeah, man, this is a steamrolling right here. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Karli. Like I still like she's only dragging it down once and then going. Still so early in the clock, and her toss is really really fast. But I don't know. I like it when girls do the brush series because most people don't. Well, most women don't. Just got to slow up that toss. Like slow it up. That way you can read it. Because she can execute it, that's for sure. She just can't. She's just having trouble reading it, and anybody would. This is not a knock on her. You toss that ball really really fast. Anybody's going to struggle with that because it's basically a guessing game. All of a sudden, that guy becomes a great defender for anybody. And we'll go back to some two-bar action here. We know that guy is going to release it in the middle of the table for the most part. We know he's got that open hand, so we don't have to worry about sprays. So this is just me. Why are you moving your zone up here as the forward? Look, he's moving it back and forth. Like he's moving both his bars. Why? Another question for my class. Why is he moving it back and forth? Somebody say something. Oh, that's what pro masters do. That's what everybody does. You can't read the hole. You can't read the holes because they're going back and forth. Well, one, that's fucking wrong. You absolutely can time the holes. And two, that's the whole point. You're playing fucking weak pitches with weak pitch two bars. Not just him. You're playing people with limited two bars, amateurs, experts, and below. And trust me, man, there's a lot of pro players and below who can't beat a sit still front zone. Anybody that's ever played me in BYPs or in a tournament, they know for the most part I'll just sit there and I'll lock up my D and give the funnel Z. And you can't beat it. Most people can't beat it. Like 90% of people can't beat it because that nobody puts in the time to have a good two bar and they don't put the time into reading the holes. So why would you ever have a moving defense? Because it's only going to come back and bite you because you are going in and out of the holes and he almost blasted one. And you can't allow that to happen. Somebody with an extremely limited two bar, somebody who's shooting open handed, you're going to give them free lanes. Look at this. If you were to yank that, you go here, you go long. Who knows where he's going to hit it? Because you're moving in and out, you are giving up holes versus just seeing if somebody can beat it. So there's another monster tip for you dudes. Do not. And that's, again, that's not conventional wisdom. Everybody else is moving their thing. Hey, man, go through my zone. Nope. I would much rather force you into the super short hole because I know you can't beat me out there. I need to see you beat me. And this guy's just going. He's not even reading. He's just going. Look how big this is. The thing should have been gone. He could have cut back a little bit here. He could have went over here. That ball should have been gone. Karli again, just hitting and hoping on the 5-row, hoping it goes through. Oh man, not good. How'd they get that 1 point? Wasn't it like a stuff? Or no, I can't remember how they got that 1 point. Wait, another turnover? But again, like she gets it. You could tell, man. That's her money shot, her money pass, just like her push. That person's playing beginners. They probably look like a fucking stud. Oh man, that person's badass. But all of a sudden, you understand their limitations, what they like to do. Hold on, fucking cat. Hey. Where was I? Cat's chewing up shit. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Stuff looks good when they're executing. It looks nice and crispy. But that's what they like to do. So huge advantage. All you got to do, and he is doing it. He is maybe not getting steals, but she is not getting passes through. So good defense from him. And again, how do we improve on that? Just slow up your toss. Read the defense. Make him work. play mental chess with him, because she's not playing chess with him. She's just going. And we're doing a lot of repeating, but that's cool. Nice grab. I don't know if that was a hack or a pass, but at this point, too, yeah, I mean, he's not even reading the holes. At this point, we know he's not somebody that's taking his time on the 5-row, and that's gonna be an issue for him later on in his foos career, because he is ingraining it into his head right now. Oh man, this is how I pass, and because it works on a lot of people, it's gonna just reinforce. Oh man, this is a good way for me to pass. Nope, man, gotta take your time. Do not develop that bad habit. You won't be able to stop yourself when you get better. You'll start giving away shit to players that know how to block it. Oh man. Let's see what happened. Looked like that he threw in a bank. You know when you know he's bringing it over there. Something's gonna be different. Maybe. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's got a push, but it's open-handed. But and again, this dude's moving his the 3-bar all around. No, man. Look what you're giving up. You're giving up the bank. You're giving up the short. You're giving up the slider. When you're moving, just put yourself in your zone and let him beat it. Because I guarantee you, somebody who shoots like that is not going to beat it. All right. Now he's taking his time a little bit. She gets a piece of it. Good grab. Oh, a little something, something off speed. I like it. He's tic-tacking it around. That pass is money. He just does not execute it on the catch, but good pass. Again, though, he is not working a series. He's just throwing out all sorts of fucking options. And you might execute them all okay, but you got to let them all work together. You got to establish your series and understand what makes the options open, because right now he's just throwing out a hodgepodge of options. Oh man, there you go, man. What do you know? She does the fast read up, which that's her money pass, and give it up. Like he's blocking. He got a piece of most of them, but she still hits that really good. She sets it up there. She waits about a second or two and goes push. Like that's on the fucking goalie. You got to know that by now. You got to make her go push or pull. You got to make her take her time. Oh, looks like he read the wall right, did not execute it. Oh man, good grab by Karli. Oh, looked like she was taking her time, and then like this is great. Like this is what you do. Like, I mean, how do we stop somebody who shoots like her? Well, we show her the hole they want for the first second or two, or even while she's setting up, and that way we bait them into shooting what we want. But then how do you throw a kink in that? Well, you stop on what they want. And that's exactly what he did. He's like, nope. He's like, nope, I am on this side. I'm going to force you to do what you don't want to do. That's what you're doing. Look, he's sitting on the. This is exactly what you do as a goalie. Look, good shit, man. Whoever's back there. I was kind of on your case for keep giving up the same hole, but now he's adapting, and this is what you do. Like, hey, dudes, that's your best side. That's your best hole. I'm going to force you to do anything different. And what does she do? And no knock on Karli, because 80%, and I'm just throwing out this math statistic, I have no research to back it up. A lot of fucking people are going to mis-execute when you do that. She doesn't even get a shot off because she's like, oh shit, you're taking away the one thing I can do. I don't even know what I can do. I don't even know what else I can do. something's not computing. And then it goes over here. She needs to call timeout. Because why would he ever give you the short? Like, she just goes short with this. I mean, you are not fucking Ditto Hobbs with a nasty pull kick that justifies him even giving that pull pull kick any respect. So easy block. But again, amateurs are not going to have the discipline to call timeout, but that's what we do. That's why we are slow and patient as much as we can. So when we have something like that happen, this little weird misstep where we lose control of it, we are slow. We are at peace with the game. We are balanced, and we're able to just be like, you know what? Call timeout. Reboot. Man, nice grab. Boom. Yeah, man, that guy's got a great three rod. Where'd he go? I don't know. I think he went pull side, but he's reading it right. It looks like he's got both sides working. So fantastic three rod. Oh no. Let's check this out again because she starts rocking as if she's going to go pull side, and then he starts getting pull side, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll go back to this side," and she just forces it. So every time she's had it so far, she has tried to force, or she has gone push side. There's no reason. Well, I guess you got slop. That's why this game's so close. You got stuff. You had this sloppy bank, and then you had one push side that that dude gave up. Oh no, he had a chance to control that right there. Oh, right there, he had a chance to control it. Instead, he tried to slop it in. Winners want the ball, man. Karli wants it. Don't give her a push side. Yeah, and when somebody when somebody brings it over to that other side, that's a huge fucking red flag of like, yep, I do not want to go pull side, so I'm going to give myself that extra room over here to just go to the side that I want. Oh no! Four-wheel drive, Karli. Take that, motherfucker. Get some recoil action. Oh man, great pass. Read it right. Oh no! Little antsy. Karli is putting the heat on Jason and Kenny, and he coughs that motherfucker up. He reads that wall pass right, doesn't execute it. Oh, he's just like, oh man, I got this game in the bag. Fuck. Oh no. Great pass, great catch. Oh no, and Karli's the same. She's like, fuck, fuck. I can't believe I did that. Oh man. Oh, that dude's got some issues with this two bar. Hitting and hoping, and you know you can't go along with it. So, what is that? Two stuffs, maybe? I mean, that's a lot of turnovers, but yeah, man, can't do it on game point. Just, that's not your job to be a hero back there. Your job is to just clear it. Let your forward go to work. But good defense from Karli. Taking his time a little bit more. I like it. Hits that to the two. Looks like that goalie has changed up his shit. Yep, absolutely. Before, we'll check this out again. Before he was in the standard, quick crossover, and then went back to the standard. Now he's bringing over this dude. He is definitely on the corners more. So he is giving up some huge middles because he is on the corners more. And that guy is forcing him to make this adjustment because he's crushing the corners. So good shit, man. You got it at this point as a shooter. And this is why sometimes we get blocked because we assume that the goalie is going to make these adjustments. And that's why after 3, 4, 5 possessions, probably around 3 or 4, you have to take a step back and say, okay, is that goalie doing anything different? Because absolutely, this goalie is doing something different. He's not seeing what he wants, probably because he's looking at the corners. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he read that right, and he just doesn't even execute. So props to the goalie for making some adjustments. And again, like you're a goalie, you're amateur, you pick one. You want to go to the pole or you want to shoot a push. You pick one. And that way it gets really, really fast and you get really, really good. When you're doing this back and forth shit, that means nothing's going to be good. And that's what we're seeing from him. Very slow shots from the pits. And two, like, you're a goalie. What else are you going to do? You're not passing it. Like, what are you doing when you're practicing? You don't got to worry about practicing five bar passes. Just work on shooting back there, or passing. You got 1 bar back there. Master it. Oh man, he almost had that off the wall catch. Yeah, man, all this moving around shit. I guess he cleared it. That would have been nice, that last point of that first game. Oh no, good bank from this dude. Fired it off last time and it slopped in. Gets another slop here. Oh man. Yeah, and this guy up here, like he's got definitely a great 3-row. 5-row's a little bit fast. He just needs to keep working on it and understand. Like this is what happens when all you throw out are options, and they're not working for you. You can't fall back on the fundamental basics of lane wall because you don't understand what your series is doing. You need to just do lane wall and then throw out an option. Um, he also needs to work on some ball control, and this is not him. This is all amateurs. We get so enamored with our offense and passing and scoring that we forget the fundamentals of just ball control because there's a lot of balls that are coming in his zone that he is just like whacking at or not getting, and there Karli gets that one again. Cannot give her a push side. Great block. Oh, another turnover. And again, we're nitpicking, but this is amateurs. Like what the fuck, dude? That's like 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. Look at this. Like, what's your job back there? We're not knocking on him. What's our fucking job as a goalie? This is why, this is so great. This is why I say it's not your job to fucking block. Because he's throwing up a pretty good D on her. I mean, she got what, 1 push? And the other push was like a 4-wheel drive. That was a block. He's fucking bricking her. I mean, because she has that one, her shot's extremely limited, and they're still fucking losing because you got to do the little things. You got to clear the ball. You cannot get stuffed. You cannot turn the ball over. And granted, she's not passing and scoring at a high percentage, but these are just opportunities for Karli to make something happen. And it cost you the first game, and I hope it doesn't cost you. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's not a lot of time left. There's not a lot of time left, so these guys better turn it on, or this is going to be a 2 straight for Karli and Marcel. Nice pickup. Check it out. Yeah, man. Like that's her money pass. She's not even really reading it. That's just such a good pass for her that Gets through. But give it up. And this is the flip side to this is when you have a hit and hope 5-row, when it's working for you, it's fucking working for you. Yeah, it's 50-50 for him now. And if he's guessing wrong, then she's going to get it. So now she is winning the head game. Even though it's limited, it's still basically 50-50 now because she's got really good execution on that. So good shit. These are the good little mini lessons here. Oh, fuck. Yeah, man. At this point, oh man, you at this point, because there's what 2 or 3 slops on the push side. She's not even trying. She's not even thinking about going pull side. I mean, this like you cannot lose to somebody with one when you know where the shot's going and you still can't beat them. Oh man, you got a nasty 3-row. Like, how is this even happening? How is it even happening? I don't know. But this is where when you're in this position, dudes, and I guarantee you will be a lot, even as a pro, even as a master, you're going to be playing people that are not as good as you, and they're going to be winning. And you just have to take a timeout or just take a deep breath before you drop the ball and just calm yourself to just say, like, you know what? They're only winning because of slops. I mean, he's got what, 2 slops from the 2-bar. She's got 2 or 3 slops from the 3-bar. He's got a turnover. It's not like she's passing and dropping bombs from the 3-bar. Like, you're just getting slopped out, but you're getting slopped out because your 2-bar's turning it over. Your 5-bar is not productive because you just got a new 5-row. I mean, you think about it, they might be going heads up, or Karli might be winning this 5-row battle. She, I, I'm thinking about his successful passes. Like, she might be winning the 5-row battle. For as nice as his 5-bar looks, execution wise, not getting it done. So yeah, man, this is almost painful to watch that you got this team over here that is slopping shit in there, and you got this devastating 3-bar, and you got this defense that's blocking her for the most part, and you're still losing. This is what I'm saying is it's not about blocking, it's about little shit. Yeah, man, too. Come on, Karli, don't fucking tap the table. Just say, get in there! Get the fuck in there! That's what she needs to do. Recoil action after the slops. Yep, taking his time. Fantastic wall pass. Boom. Yeah, man. Mixing it up, taking his time on the 3-rod, takes a quick shot. That's what Jason or Kenny needs to do because he's got the game to come back for sure. Well, that was a great up. Karli barely missed it, but man, she's got a nasty up. And give it up to the goalie back here. Give it up to Marcel. He is not letting anything in. Nothing. So good shit. Yep, and there you go. And that's not bad defense on him. That's just excellent offense from Karli. Like, she's going to pass it at the sweet spot every time. You know when it's coming. You know it's fast. You know it's kind of hitting and hoping. But because it's fast and it's executed really good, she got it. That is a very nice looking down, and she's got that great up. So this is 50-50 for her, and she is clearly dialed in to the series. So good shit from Karli. See if she tries pull side. Nope. Oh man. Here comes the banks. Oh no. Fuck. And this we'll go back to this. You see him setting up for banks. You know he's got the bank. Why are you like this is the D right here. Just put your guys still. You fork your men out to cut down the angle. You use your 5-row to get in the middle. This other dude gets the middle. But no, you're moving your bar in here. You're moving your 3-bar. You are not on any hole. You're just moving it. I have no idea why people do this. They don't even know. That might be the biggest misconception in foosball of all time. That you need to move your front zone back and forth. You think he is timing a bank? No, man, he's just hitting and hoping. You think you think if you were to stop and just leave your guys like that, he'd be able to go through the holes that he sees? Nope. That dude's just whacking at it for a bank, and you're giving him a free one by moving your dudes. Oh, it hit this guy too. I mean, all this hot air I'm blowing up, and it still misexecutes and hits off this guy. But when you're moving, that's what happens. Oh no. Yep. Just and two, I think that guy was kind of giving up the middle, so that's why the goalie was like on the middle. So just everything going wrong for Kenny and Jason, and everything going right for Karli and Marcel. Little pokey through the lane. Oh man, yeah, horrible goalie work there. Like, and that you give up the shot and you give it back to Karli, and she misexecutes it. Then you try to clear it again, and it gets stuffed, and then it goes right to Karli again. And then you give up the one shot, the only shot she can hit. You give it up to her after turning it over. Oh no, man. And again, why did this whole why did this series play out? Well, because he's not taking his time on the 5 row. He's just fucking throwing shit on the 5 row because you just be milking that wall pass, you know? Start dictating things up there. Instead, it's just like, I got a hodgepodge of passes. They all look the same. Nope, she is on your shit. Good job, Karli. And again, man, she's got a severely stunted 3 row, but it doesn't matter because she is playing some great 5 bar and she is not giving up and she's punishing that goalie for these turnovers and she's just doing what she can do, man. And again, they're fucking amateurs. I mean, we're talking shit here, but they're fucking amateurs. Everybody has limitations and tendencies, and improvements in their game to make. We're not knocking anybody here. But we are knocking the fact that you're just giving up that same hole to her. Man, like I would say like, you know what? You are going to have to go pull side just once. Taking his time, slowing it up, still trying the option. Yep, these are just options. Like, why? You don't even know. These are just option passes. What do we do, guys? Tighten it up. Lane wall. That should be like 80% of your passes, and every now and then you throw in an option. But for him, like the lane is the option. I think I've seen like one lane, maybe two this whole match. Can't do it. Can't do it. She goes, she does the hit and hope up brush. Doesn't read it at all, but still gets through. God, man, the fact that that guy is still giving up that push side, it blows my mind. What happened there? Oh, did he get another slop? Oh man. What? Somehow, and again, this is what's going to happen. Why would you think you could execute a pull when you don't execute pulls? All of a sudden, you're going to drop a long pull? No, man. This is what happens. You you shoot it into the corner and it comes back on you because you haven't put in the reps for Big Daddy or even Little Daddy. Or maybe it execute. Yeah, I'm probably like maybe Karli got a piece of it. Either way, just not good. But that's the fucking story of the match, dude. They just got slopped out, but it's not just that they slopped them out in a bad way. It is Marcel threw up good defense. Again, this is what we talk about. Your goal as a goalie is not to block because Marcel could not keep fucking shit out when he got it on the 3 bar, but he did everything else right. He cleared it, he scored it, he didn't turn the ball over. He yeah, I don't think he let shit go to their three bar very often. He didn't um, give it up. So good stuff from Marcel. Yeah, you're an amateur player. Marcel is a good pickup. Like, we're talking shit because we're learning, but make no mistake, that's a pretty good pickup there because you just want somebody, well, I mean, you probably want him to get a couple blocks. You want to show him a couple things on defense, but he held his own. And then Carly was a fucking pit bull up there. Again, like kind of limited, predictable on both rides, but didn't matter because she had the confidence. She never babied shit. A lot of people do that when they are getting figured out. They start choking and misexecuting and start babying shit. But she didn't do that. She kept playing tough. Got this forward over here. He shot great, man. He shot great. The only thing that we could even say is his three bar is not a series. It looks the same, but it's just a bunch of options right now, and that'll get better. It probably is better. What was this, 2 years ago? I'm sure it's a lot better. And then his ball control, he gave up a lot of loose balls that ended up going to Carly. And the goalie, for the most part, maybe sort of figured her out, but then still gave her even one or two pushes. Can't do it, man. When you know that's all she has, can't give those up. His two bar was a huge reason they lost as well. So good shit from both teams. I'm really impressed with both teams. I would assume they're both playing a lot better now, but I felt like we got some pretty good lessons in for all aspects of the game. And again, please don't take anything personal. I'm just highlighting shit because that's how we learn. That is what we want to look out for when we're playing players who have games like this. So, all right, dudes. Mahalo, bitches.